Hello, this is Kelsey, and this video is for Create More, Fear Less. We're doing projects together, and they are about care with distance. This idea and this illustration came from an artist who I admire, Taeyoon Choi, so thanks Taeyoon. And what we're doing in our projects is creative ways of doing activities that are with and for the people that we care about, but with distance. Thanks for being here. Before we get started on our project, let's do a worry release. And that's when we take something that's on our minds and put it down on a piece of paper so that we can set it aside for a bit while we do this activity. You want to see mine? Feeling stuck. I feel stuck pretty frequently. But I know that feeling stuck isn't the same as being stuck. And I know I have ways that I can get past that. And one of them is by taking a break and taking a step back, so it gives me energy and maybe new perspective to get past things. So I'm going to put that off to the side. Do you want to hear about today's project? It's actually a bigger project, and we're going to use 2 videos to do the whole project. The whole project is a 3-dimensional illustrated pop-up to-do list of things that we're excited about to do with our friends in the future. Today's part is half of that. Today we are going to do shopping for fun, as in shopping for fun things that we'd like to be doing. And we're going to just like shop for ideas, and you could do this by yourself with somebody else in mind. Or you could do this with somebody else and you both come up with things that you want to do in the future. The most important thing when we are shopping for our ideas of what to do is to have somebody in mind, because you don't always do the same things with everybody. Like if you were going to plan activities to do with friends from school, you wouldn't do those same activities with teachers from school. So it really depends, like what you're going to select will depend on who you're thinking about. Let's get our supplies together. Please pause this video or rewind at any point if you need to have more time. The things we need are printed material you can cut up, like promotional mail. We get ours for free in the post office, in the mailbox, and I love it. It's got lots of pictures of things that I am interested in. Also, magazines have interesting things that are great to cut out. Make sure you're not taking somebody else's magazine that they actually wanted to not have be cut up. You can also use old newspapers. They've got lots of pictures in them. These are what we're going to be looking at and cutting up. We need things to draw with. We need scissors for when we are cutting stuff out, and have some extra blank paper because you can draw things that you aren't finding pictures of. Those are our supplies. Here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take our printed stuff and look through them so that we can get ideas about what we want to do, and so we can start to take things out that we're interested in. And our first thing that we want to do is just to get lots of images that we're kind of excited about, not like super excited about, but kind of excited about, so that we have a nice pile to look at when we start to really plan our to-do list. So our first thing is just looking and cutting or tearing them out. So I've started to make my pile here. I was like, oh great, furniture. That's interesting. I found a small dinosaur. That looks kind of cool. I don't know what I would do with that in the future. I've got some fruit that is interesting. There is this whole newspaper thing with lots of food items on it, like chicken and cookies and flowers and fruit and vegetables and all sorts of stuff. So you can look through those. And this is a time where I would like to mention the idea of plork. This is an idea that an artist named Sister Corita Kent came up with because she was saying that work is often done by playing around. And sometimes letting yourself go and giving yourself permission to play around actually is hard work. And she says often we say play is abstract without a goal, and maybe it's irresponsible. And when we talk about work, we say it has a goal, it's specific, and it's something that you are rewarded for. And she said we need a third word, and that is lets you play and be open and abstract and concrete, and that it's something that you can have fun with and get something out of. Plork. So when your parents are asking you, like, why do you need that magazine? Or what are you doing with all that stuff? You can say, I'm plorking. Okay, so we're gonna make our pile and do this abstract thing with lots of different pictures. And then we're gonna start to make collections of things. And I've actually done some of this exercise with my friend. And my friend Ray wanted to think about things that she could do with her other friend, Sam. So Ray came up with some collections, and do you want to see? Like, this is how she's starting to make her to-dos. One of them was she really liked this box of crayons, and it was kind of cool because some of the crayons were not in the box, they were just loose. So she has these different crayons, and she has a sketchbook, and she was like, okay, well then I know what I want to tell Sam. I want to say I want to draw with you. And she's got these, and then Ray cut out some people so she could say, okay, this is me and Sam, and these are our crayons, and these are the things that we're going to do together. This is a good moment to mention that you can start to cut out all of these pieces about activities you want to do with someone else, but it will be fun if you have the actual people inside your to-dos. That way Ray and Sam can hang out together in the to-do list. If you are feeling like, okay, I'm not a drawer, or I don't know exactly how I want to draw my people, here's a way to make it pretty quick and easy. Ray did this. She drew just an outline of a shape, and she did some hair kind of stuff. And these are two, she started like that. And then she just colored in some outfit stuff. An alternative is, this is by an artist, Randall Monroe, and he explains things like scientific ideas. And look at his people. His idea is complicated, but his people are pretty simple. It's basically a circle on top of a stick figure, and sometimes with hair. So you could do that. And if you wanted to get a little bit more, like, add personality, these are illustrations by an artist named Kate Bingaman-Burt, and she drew these pictures of students who she met. And you can see they're a little bit more complicated than Ray and Randall, but they're also pretty simple. So you could put those faces on top of that type of body or on top of Ray's body. Okay, so hopefully while I've been talking, you might have been looking at pictures and making your piles. I'm going to just share with you some of the other to-dos that Ray and I came up with. So we have I want to draw with you. Another one is I want to eat sandwiches with you. And here's where we came up with we have a sofa for Ray and Sam to sit on. We have lots and lots of sandwiches cut out. So maybe they're going to be eating about 15 sandwiches together. And Ray, I thought this was kind of cool. She even made a sandwich hat for them to wear, which is kind of funny. So I think sometimes it's a little bit fun to do things that are maybe a little bit ridiculous. And speaking of that, one of them I thought was funny was, I want to go to the cat doctor with you. And you're like, wait, what? There's no cat doctor. And you're right, there is no cat doctor, but we found a cat doctor. And it just seemed kind of funny. So I think your to-do list doesn't always have to be literal. It can also just be like, basically, I think this is funny together. And the cat doctor even has a little box of Band-Aids to go on his desk. Other things, let's do a sleepover with cinnamon rolls. Let's plan costumes and do Halloween together. I want to ride my bike with you. Let's do a picnic. What is in each of these? Like picnic, a gigantic hamburger, picnic chair, chips, bananas and cookies, a giant roast chicken. So just start to collect your images. You can make sure you have a title for the thing that's on your to-do list so that the next time we do projects together, you have a little pile of images that you can use for making each thing on your to-do list. Thank you for doing part 1. I hope you're excited about each of the activities that you've selected in your to-do list, and that you'll join me for the second part, which is making all of these a 3D pop-up so we can hang our to-do list out somewhere where we can see them. Okay? All right. See you soon. Bye.